in the redneck engineering is going on. That looks fantastic. I don't care who you are. So a lot of you are probably wondering where the Jeep has been and why I haven't shown you the paint. And if I'm being honest, it's because I'm disappointed in my own work. There are flaws I can see everywhere. After spending 2 months of sanding and doing body work to see imperfections, although I knew there were going to be some, it's still discouraging. So I've just been spending a lot of time thinking, a lot of bad ideas. Luckily, I've talked myself out of them. So I guess that's basically it. I've been thinking too much, and that's all there is to it. All right, first look in the sunlight. Definitely need to get the back all black and get the floors sprayed nice. What are you doing, bud? Get off my paint. They look so happy. Windshield?
Yeah.
And then doors?
Yep. Oh.
We are on our way to the junkyard. There are some Jeep Cherokee fenders that I think will work really well on the rear of the Jeep. I measured them, and I think they're going to work. So I'm going to go grab those. Got some other parts I got to snag for some other vehicles, and then we'll get back to the shop. We'll see how they look. Okay, so we got them boys. We got this all bed lined with the rattle can. It's a little spotty, so I might hit it again. That's it actually looks a lot worse on camera. You can see all the light spots, but I mean, there's no color showing underneath. I don't know if it needs to cure a little longer. It's been about an hour, but regardless, it looks better than it did. So I'm gonna push this out, let it air out a little bit, get some fresh air, and then take all the tape off, and then see about mocking these. A lot of you guys were freaking out that I mentioned fenders again, and this is what I meant. And I just want to test those on the rear because that wheel well is haggard, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I cut this side down, basically because it's not tall enough. I like where it's going, but I don't like that it doesn't finish. I think it looks like crap. So you kind of have a better idea over here of what it would look like if it went all the way down. But as you can see, we're not going to clear it because this actually needs to go up more, which would bring that up more. Luckily, I got to go back to the junkyard anyways because I forgot a Phillips, and there's a Colorado there that has some things that I would like for mine. So the hood, although it is flat, it looks like it's going up because of that hump in the middle. So what we're trying to accomplish here is dropping the grill about 1.5 inches, 2 inches to get it to slope down. Rather than you listening to me ramble on like I normally do, I thought I'd sum this up for you. So you need to drop it about 2 inches. As you can see now, it's sloping down. So from the front and the sides, it looks a lot better than it did before. Kind of a little detail, but it bugged me. Running into some issues of the grill hitting the frame because it needs to slide in just a little bit more. Ran out of time for today, so now you're going to see us at the junkyard the next day.
You are so strong. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, those push-ups you do in the morning are coming in use.
At night.
Oh, I'm sorry. At night.
In the morning too.
Oh.
Oh, we could go hold them up on that ring.
Oh, there you go. A little bit of cutting.
Man.
I didn't do this, he did.
It was last minute, so does this not come out? We had to lift the rear of the Corvette, and it was a last minute thing we did a long time ago. So we just stacked these bolts, and well, it looks ghetto, it worked perfectly fine. So we need this height, but because there's so much bolt sticking up here, this little axle, what do you call that, clamp, was actually rubbing on this bolt. So we need to find a shorter version of that, basically. Y'all should be so thankful for editing. Basically, these are not going to work either. They're too tall, they curve weird, and with how little section I have on the top of the Jeep tub above the wheel well, it just wasn't going to work. So that's all there is to it. They look sick, wasn't going to happen. It's starting to rain and the drops are really big and it's kind of hail looking-ish storm-like. The clouds are all green looking. So I gotta move a bunch of crap. Man, from back here on camera, it looks all beautiful out. It's not too bad. Not worried about my Harbor Freight tools. That's probably worth a little bit more money. Welding gloves getting all wet ruined my entire workflow. I had some stuff I'm prepping for hydro dip, so I had everything everywhere, and I'm out of breath. She looked good, nice and wet, huh? Okay, I'm gonna get back to what I'm doing. Let me catch you guys up on what has happened and what I'm about to do. Wasn't planning on doing this, but since I'm doing the radiator, So when the hood is down, you don't see any of that, and it looks really clean. So I'm cool with it looking like that. When you open the hood, you're like, what in the redneck engineering is going on? So I kind of like that. It kind of, I mean, that is Garage Idiots in one piece of strange fabrication. So I'm cool with that because when the hood is down, you don't see it. And then, oh great, where did this guy right here? So this is not mine, so I got to go to Walmart and buy 2 of these. But basically, when the hood is down, that will line up with this. This will go in, and then we insert the little safety clip on the back side of that. Boom, we got really ghetto yet extremely strong and functional hood latches. So what I'm doing, we're gonna see, that's a Honda half-size radiator, and it's gonna fit a lot better. I think because it's gonna get all of the airflow, it might work, and if not, we'll find out. But for the time being, I'm gonna rock that, or at least we're gonna mock it up and see how it works. When I got into here, you might be thinking, oh no, but chillax, I got this under control. So there have been, the interior is hilarious, so I'll get to that in a minute. There have been, okay, long story short, I cut that harness up on the MR2. I took the entire Acura harness and I pulled wire by wire everything that was not related to the motor to try and make like a standalone harness just to clean everything up. I have a little more fishing to do on that, but it works. So on here, without going as balls to the walls, like there was, let's see, so ABS is no longer a thing on this car. The box was leaking, and it's like a $1,200 box used if you can find it for this specific year. So I thought, nope, we don't need that. So what I've done, I'd like to clean this up, but I basically just looped all the brake lines. So we don't need that. So what I'm gonna do is follow all the wires back. This entire loom was zip tied up and mounted right there. All I need from that are headlights and blinkers. And then all of the wiring that was basically right here, there was a ton of engine wiring, and I think the ECU was right here. It's just all jammed in this corner because I didn't want it there. I threw it all right there. Lots of body control modules in here, windows, AC controls, radio, all of that crap that we're not gonna use. So this entire loom, much like the front, was just all zip tied together and shoved in there. Basically, my logic is, if all this has been unplugged this whole time, I don't freaking need it. So that's really all I'm gonna be trying to eliminate. Quick, should be able to knock this out in about an hour. Also, I was drilling a hole for this right there, and the drill slipped, went over here, grabbed my shirt, and it was really cool. I wish I could have showed you guys. My skin was twisted. I mean, like, I can't show you because I'm holding the camera, but right where that little nudge is, my skin was like twisted. It was kind of cool. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. That's where we're at. Making some good progress, feeling pretty good. So I'm gonna not show you a whole lot of wiring, and I'm gonna keep going. So remember a minute ago when I said this was only going to take an hour? Well, it's already been about 2.5 hours, so it was a little bit more involved than I thought. So I got that entire freaking harness down to what, maybe 6-7 wires, and I think I'm gonna kind of extend. So all I really need up here are radiator fans, headlights, blinkers. So I'm gonna figure out what I got going on here. I still have this entire loom, which is what was bundled up there, so most of my headlight stuff is here. Most of these are going over to the brake situation. So I'm gonna see if I could put these basically behind the motor just to get them out of up here. On the inside, I was really hoping, where'd it go? The body control module down there, little ECU looking thing. I was really hoping I could basically eliminate that and everything along with it, which might be true, it might not be. So I still have some work to do up here, which is why I'm gonna not show you any more of this and just finish it off camera. Basically cut everything that was already unplugged and has been unplugged the entirety of me driving it like this. I mean, doors, radio, I mean, windshield wiper, like just all kinds of random stuff that I don't have anymore. So this is what we got out of here. Just all kinds of, hopefully I didn't screw up because there's no putting any of that back. So now I have to prime some things and I'm running out of time. So we got the radiator in there, I'm just a little guy. I got to reroute the bottom hose to do what it needs to do. It shouldn't be too bad, short shot. So for the time being, since I have to do my thing, I'm gonna push this guy out, rinse her off, see how she looks. Okay, so even with the seats being torn and haggard, just seeing it a little more complete looking, I'm a lot happier than I was 2 weeks ago. So I just think getting the interior kind of put together just the way it was before, just I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. Center of the hood is dull because I wet sanded it and haven't buffed it yet. I think I need to take the wheels off and just paint all of the inside in there black, and then I'm gonna cut this little battery mount off, push all the wiring in or get rid of it, and then paint all that black, and I think that'll really help. I also apologize, I have a pounding headache, so I'm kind of just trying to wrap this up so I can go take some Advil because I have none here. But I am, yeah, so I mean, if we get that inside there looking better, where it's all nice and black and dark, I think that'll really help make the front look good, because from about here, like, that looks fantastic. I don't care who you are, that looks really good. Once the headlights are in, covering some of that stuffs, radiator's off a smidgen, but you get the idea. Doors, I like them. So my latch idea doesn't work very well. That's why this is on there, just so I could show it to you all in one piece. So I'm gonna build something that basically just bolts the two together right there, or to this or something, but my latch idea is not working. Don't care, you gotta step the same, whether the door is open or closed, you gotta step over the same height. So I'm just gonna leave them bolted shut, and that color is so cool in the sun. I mean, completely different color. Really has a lot of blue from this side. Over here, it does not. I have a really bad headache. I'm starting to get nauseous, so I got to make this quick. I got to get out of here. Biggest complaint when I asked you guys' opinions was jumping from project to project. So I wanted to give you guys some sort of wrap up on that. Still tons to do, and I'm still going to be working on it, but I'm going to try and organize this a little more, or at least give you a heads up. So we have a race in 3 weeks. I am apparently driving the Miata cart, so I have to finish all of that. And then on Mina's turbo V6 swapped Civic, we have to get a new hood, cut the hole nicer. I got a Bondo the roof, and then we're gonna vinyl wrap that white, that diamond white that I have up front. So I gotta finish both of those in 3 weeks. Both don't need a ton, but enough to where I know it's mostly gonna be me doing it with Mina's busy schedule. So we're gonna be working on both of those next. And then once the Miata luckily is only gonna take probably a week. If I work on that a whole week, it'll be done. Civic will probably be about the same, so that's about 2 weeks. So between working and then doing random hydro dip jobs, it's going to be kind of a tight schedule. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up that's what we're going to be doing for the next couple of weeks. I'll try and do some stuff on the Jeep here and there, but the plan is knock those 3 out in the next month basically. And then once the Jeep is able to run and drive, I'm stopping, and then we're going to jump to the Bug. We're going to get it running and driving, really try to make some progress on it. And then from there, once everything, I mean, at that point, then we'll have Miata, Jeep, and the Civic all working, all looking pretty decent. So then from there, we can bounce back from those projects to here and kind of give you guys some variety that's not just me working here at the shop. So thank you guys for being honest, and let me know what you think, because it's hard for me to sit here and go, I think that was a good video. But when you guys tell me what's wrong, it makes a huge difference. A lot of it, I knew I was kind of flirting with doing too much or too little or being too boring in certain areas, but you guys telling me really lined everything out. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry that took so long with the Jeep. I really wasn't happy with it, and I just did a lot of thinking, and I'm gonna try and tone that down a little bit. So thank you guys for watching. I already have a couple Miata videos. Oh, and we weighed the Bug. We weighed that, we weighed the chassis, and then we weighed the body. So I'll probably do a short little video in probably this week, show you that, show you some random crap, just do a little video, because I think I only have like 5 minutes worth of weighing the Bug. There's only so much of that you want to watch, so I'll mix it up a little bit. But I think that's all I got for you. So let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to push all this stuff in, and I got to go take some Advil, go to bed, do something. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you later.